Let's go, man. Back again, back again, back again. Y'all know, man. APX trading street. This is where you come and get your chart setups, news, economics, earnings. Um, just keep up, really just keep up with the market. Um, let's see what we got today. I know we had some good news. Um, US saying that US and China are saying that they might talk about trade, so that's good. Um, yep, so that's really, really good. If we let's look at these earnings. See what we got on this Wednesday. Um, Uber, Disney, Novo, Vistra, Gold, Fiverr, excuse me, but Fiverr. One of my favorite companies reports today, man. Mercado Libre. Slept on, you don't hear about it at all. And that's why I like it. Dutch Bros. We got somebody in our Apex family who like Dutch Bros. They reporting today. I think they're gonna do good though. You know, they continuously, grow their revenue. So I think Dutch Bros is gonna be good. But we got ARM, Carvana, Fortinet, AXON, IonQ, Apple Oven, Oxy, Sunrun. I mean, I don't like that company, but I just remember. I mean, they stock price is $7 now. I think they were at like 150 at one point, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Uber, they missed. Yeah, man. Sunrun they were at $103 at one point. So, and now they're at $7. So, um, good morning. Apex gang. Come on, man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is and what it ain't. If you're not at Apex, then what you doing? If you're not at Apex, then what you doing? Don't know. Apex gang. Um, but I think if Uber, let me see. We're gonna get into these trades in a second, but um Uber, if Uber, and I knew Uber was gonna come back. So, but if Uber gets to like, I don't know, 64, I like it. Yep. Or even like 65, 65, 65, 74, something like that. I like it there. But I mean, they missed on revenue. I personally, okay, I personally don't care about earnings. I could care less. I can't tell you what Tesla, Nvidia. I can't tell you what they reported two earnings quarters ago. I can't. But that revenue though, that's what I do care about. And Uber, they missed on revenue. That's out. No, I don't play about revenue. So if you missing revenue, I don't like that. You can miss earnings. I'm not gonna care. But if you miss revenue, then I don't like that. But yeah, man, look at Sunrun. I think this is like I forgot what type of company this is. I think it's like a biotech company. Um, they down crazy. I think. Yeah, let's see what they do. They are. Oh, this is energy infrastructure. Mm, they offer non-fuel products like in-store merchandise company, operated retail store, food services, credit card processing, car washes, lottery. So they're like a pipeline service company. Um, I can't even understand this. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, so we gonna leave that alone because I don't even understand that. But um, let's look at a few things, man. So if we look at Robinhood, Robinhood trying to launch today. Disney's up 9%. Um, Disney is up 9%. So that's amazing. Give them a little bit of relief, just a little bit. Um, one second. Just okay. But yeah, Robinhood is looking good. It has a bull flag pattern here. It looks like we're probably gonna retest this level here. And then try to bounce up. But um, I'm learning very, very quickly. So when you have chart patterns or chart setups, right? Sometimes the catalyst can be the catalyst for the movement, if the pattern is going to work out or not. Um, can be earnings, it can be economics. It's not necessarily just the chart pattern. So just because the chart pattern shows up, or just because an asset hits a moving average, you still need some type of, like, I would say, fundamental reasoning for it to go up, unless the market is generally just like up or generally just down, where it's going to go up or it's going to go down. Um, and I learned too. It's not just me. Um, Other companies, they talked about like technical analysis and stuff like that. How they're not saying it's broken, but it's harder to use it during a volatile time. So I'm learning that I now know the best strategy for volatile markets. It's not chart patterns, but we gonna talk about that on Sunday. But I like Robinhood. Do I want to take this trade? Going in that FOMC? I don't know. I don't know. Core weave, I like this. If we can open above this level, open above this green line, we gonna be good. We are gonna be okay if we open above this line. I mean, we already good. We already good. Because what we get in, we're here, somewhere around here. When we tested this level, 'cause I was looking on the 10-minute. Yeah, right here, right here. But obviously, wait on this to, what I mean, do what it's supposed to do. And then today gonna be the catalyst. So we gonna see what Jerome Powell got to say regarding the market, and see and see how he affects the market. So, but let's let me actually go over earnings. So you had one of our laggers, Novo. Oh man, they beat earnings, but they missed on revenue. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Disney had a double beat, so that's good. BST, they missed earnings. Oh my god, they missed earnings by 33%. But they beat revenue by 6. Gold, they met revenue and they beat earnings. And Fiverr, they met earnings and they beat on revenue. So that's good. Disney with a double beat? Oh man, they trying to make a comeback. Is Disney gonna recover? Hmm. Are they gonna recover? Hmm. I mean, they can't get above this level. They can't get back above 118. So before we have any conversation, and that's a level that they hit in 2015. Like you're not even back to a level that you were at in 2015. So I mean, we're gonna have to see, man. We're gonna have to see. Um, I think it's a lot of other better places to put your money than Disney, especially um the time that we're going into, where you're gonna have like glasses, or you're gonna have a headset, or you're gonna have like a floating AI in the air around you, and you just gonna tell it what to do. So imagine if you're just like um well I named my chat GPT. I call it Katara. So imagine if you eventually it's gonna be like, hey Katara, turn the TV on. Hey Katara, turn the TV off. Hey Katara, can you dim the light? Hey Katara, can you lock the front door? Like we get smart homes. Hey Katara, can you send a message to this person and say this? Like is instead of you like texting the chatbot, how we're getting into you speaking, it's gonna be more so like you're gonna speak all the time and it's gonna be, act on your command. He tell y'all the movies to watch. Watch Wally, Ready Player One. Those are very important. I think Ready Player One, that's farther into the future, but you still need to watch it. Like with my background with NFTs, blockchain, cryptocurrency, all that stuff. That stuff is gonna come to fruition. So you have to learn that too. Um, I'm gonna teach an APX just in the future. But 10 years into the future, that's gonna be the next thing. That's gonna be the next thing because it's a lot of good technology. It's a lot of good technology there. Blockchain is really, really good. NFTs are good. I think N- NFTs are amazing, but I think the world is not ready for that type of technology yet. Because I invested in a really, really good NFT. It was a gaming, it was like a gaming NFT. So basically, the game was like Call of Duty. Um, you played the game, you earned points, you earned like I think it was their currency, their coin. from playing the video game. Um, and instead of like in Fortnite or GTA or 2K, if you buy something in the game, you can't sell it to somebody else. You just bought it. But with the NFT, I could upgrade my package. So I could play the game a lot, upgrade my guns, upgrade my weapons. Um, and all that gets added to the package, and then I could turn around and resell it if I don't want to play no more, or if I wanted a different package. I could sell it, right? And I think that type of technology is good. Um, I mean, the NFT lost value. I think it was $400. I think now I don't even know what it's worth now. I don't even pay attention to it, but I still got it though. But like, I think that was a really really good because I'm just thinking like, okay, in Fortnite, it's like okay, in Fortnite, if you buy a skin and you don't want it, if you don't really want it no more, you can trade skins with somebody else, or you can sell that skin. So, like, imagine the Dark Knight skin in Fortnite. That skin's never coming back, and that's the OG skin. So imagine how much that skin would be worth if you got it to people who came and played the game later. And you can sell that skin to them, right? So for in currency V bucks, and then you can buy more. You can buy more skins, or you can buy something else with the V bucks. So I think NFTs are definitely going to be amazing. And I think NFTs are going to fix a lot of issues. NFTs are going to be like the new paperwork. It's going to be like the new leasing, like when you sign a lease or you buy or you have a mortgage, and you fill that paperwork out. I think it's going to be an NFT instead of like actual like documents. Because the technology is just better than what is currently going on now. But that's in the future. So we got some time before that comes. How much time, I don't know. But now I just know that right now they're focused on AI, then quantum, then should be the space, then the ocean, and then maybe blockchain. So, or I mean NFTs and blockchain. So, um, it'll take some time, but like inevitably, inevitably, you're gonna have NFTs in some way, shape, or form. So, but um, let's see, let's see. No cat, ain't no caterpillar. Mm, mm, mm. And super micro down, A net down, Marvel down. Better get right. This is not the time to be playing around. Your earnings call better be great. Your earnings call better be great. But look, if we're looking at Caterpillar, I like it. Once it comes back and hits this trend line, so we shall see. I think Mondelez, MND. What's the ticker? They always throw me off. Let me just spell it out. Mondelez, MDLZ, MDLZ. But I like Mondelez going long. Once it gets here, I'm just gonna set this alert. Um, Long MLDZ, and then triangle pattern, and then just set that alert, and then just be patient. Um, and then again, whatever the trend is before the pattern should likely be the trend after. But if I can just trade off of this market structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, get a touch here. Ride it back to the upside. That'll be good. So I like Mondelez. Let's look at gold. Gold, I think gold is gonna continue to push up unless we have like you see we kind of gabbing down here. But so using that gold trade, you can take profit for sure. But this is gonna move depending on how um whatever the economic tone is for today. If it's bullish, gold is gonna come down and stocks are gonna go up. And if it's bearish, the inverse is gonna happen. So gold is like an easy like hedge against whatever you're doing. So if the market is ever down, you can trade gold to the upside. And I said it as a retail investor. If you don't know what you're doing, I think gold, SPY, and QQQ is an amazing portfolio for you because you need the tech exposure with QQQ. You can own the overall market with SPY, and then I think gold. You know, if equities are ever down, gold is usually going to be up, so that'll kind of offset your portfolio. And then as far as asset allocation, I would do 50% gold, 30% QQQ tech, and then 20% SPY as far as allocation. So during this time, if you are, you know, it's turmoil, but you know, we can always be make good decisions. S&P companies are already coming under pressure from U.S. consumer concerns, according to Goldman Sachs. But that's gold. I think I make an executive decision and sit on my hands today and just let the ones that we already have just continue to go. Um, something is about to happen with Tesla. Something. Um, yes, something. I mean, for the moment, I would say I think it's gonna go to the upside, but I mean, I can't really be for sure. But something is definitely happening with Tesla. But if we can get above, I think 300, we can easily go to like 320 or 315, and that'd be good. Um, that'd be good for it to push up. But this is PayX. Um, 1 second. 1 second. I want to put the watermark in the background. All right. So now you can see the little company ticker, PAYX. That way you can just type it in. But yep, I like PayX. If I'm looking at Tesla, And the reason I say something that's gonna happen with Tesla is it's literally just chopping. It's not doing nothing but chopping. But if we can get above all these EMAs and we go green, that'd be a good sign. It'd be a really good sign. And I think if we do have good economic data, I mean not economic data, if we do have a good la la a good good sentiment from Powell, then you can see Tesla push up 9% easily. Tesla is just one of those companies, man. When it pushes up, and it's just like, oh my god, like it pushes up when you least expect it to. So, and it doesn't. It goes down. I mean, the downs are expected. I'm not gonna lie, but the ups, it's like how do we get there? So, um, and then let's look at QQQ. Let me see. We touched green here, so that's good. And then if we have good economic data, we're gonna come up, hit this, test this level again, try to break through it. And then this is the next level. If we break through a retest, then this is the next level that we would try to push up above. So trying to make it a little bit easier, help us see kind of what's going on and see. Um, and then again, if I just take this off, try to make this a little bit more clear. These are just, levels from the previous downtrend that we were in that we were testing. So if I had to do a level after this, it would be up here because that was the start of the downtrend. So this is this is just support and resistance, honestly. Um, if you want to look at it like that, but let's see. If you look at Robinhood, um, CoreWeave should be good. Yeah, I think we're good on CoreWeave. Um, if you, I want to sit on my hands, but $45 cost 7/18, July 18th would be the one that I would do on Robinhood. Um, CoreWeave is good though. We are up nicely on that. If I look at yeah, so this should play out good. Um, I just don't want to take it going into a Fed meeting, but nonetheless, the chart pattern is still the same. I like VRT. Um, One that I think would be a good trade. So if we have, I'm trying to think like, okay, what could we trade if we have good news? What could we trade if we have bad news? So I think if we have good news, I think Mondelez, because Mondelez is like a risk off type of company. It's more safer, it's more stable. I think that company will come down a little bit. Like generally it should go up, but I think the overall sentiment of it will push the company down back to a level to where we could get an entry at. Um, Until the market wants to go risk off again, and then that will push that company up, push the other companies down. If we have bad news, that will push down companies like, let's see, RDM pushed up to the upside. Horizon broke out to the upside. GILD, Gilead, Gilead. Why I got this in here? I don't even see the pattern. I mean, if we have bad news, that would push a company like um APX down, maybe. Yeah, because PayX is like a if you have less people employed, uh, uh, uh not enlightening outlook, it will send this company down, I believe. So like PayX, Mondelez, Robinhood, and CoreWeave are some good ones. But textbook. Let's check on Mags. Max is like 58 to 47. And that may not sound like a lot, but it is. That's why it's important to pay attention to the percentage of stuff. Um, I wonder. Palantir trying to fight back today after it got beat up. Yep. Bitcoin is almost at 97,000. Oh, y'all making observations that I am not talking about. Well, I did say there's no coincidence. Did say that, but some things I won't say. But Bitcoin, we got $100 more, and we had 90, and we had 97. Let's check on Robinhood, man. I mean, it's holding this line. It's holding this line. If I was in this trade, I would just be patient. But this is just going back to me just not wanting to do it because FOMC. So you gotta know. So when you have like economic news coming up, the market, you have to understand what the institutions are going to do, right? Um, so usually they have the algorithms and machines turned on. When you have big economic news or data coming up, they will turn the machines off because they don't want the machine to make a decision based on parameters that's outside of its decision making. So if you have an automated trading system like most all of them do, right? To do things under certain conditions, um, FOMC is not one of those conditions, right? That's a fundamental thing that's going to move the market. And these algorithms are based mostly on technical analysis, right? And very, very small short patterns that are in the market. So you're usually going to have very, very low volume. So I'm sure if we let's look at SPY, because I mean, you need volume to get a push, um, push things where you're going to. But you see, we're just kind of chopping here. Volume is extremely low. If we go to the day, um, volume is still extremely low, right? So I'm sure it's the same on QQQ. Um, but yeah, but um, but yeah. But I would say this time, I don't know what Jerome is gonna say. Usually I have an idea. I don't know this time. I don't know. I don't know. But sometimes it's okay to not know. That keeps the fun in it, right? That keeps the fun in it. But um then like I'm just seeing like this is why I stopped paying attention to news and stuff in general. But they be posting like they will literally post the the headlines from like 2, 3 days ago today. Marvell down crazy. I thought y'all liked Marvell. I thought we liked Marvell. Marvell is down. Like, this is insane. Okay, if a if you try to rally off the 400 and it's not working, that's not a good sign. If you try to rally off of it multiple times and it's not working, you need to like bounce off that level and never touch it again. Like here, uh, here, right? Chop, chop, chop a little bit, bounce up. Never touch it. Don't touch it for a while. Like we're this is not good. So if they hit this, they've already touched it 1, 2, 3 times. So if they touch it a fourth time, you in trouble. You are in trouble. But Marvell, mm-mm-mm. I'm weak. I'm weak. But I mean, we are up on on Nasdaq and the S&P. We up 0.4% on S&P, 0.31% on S&P. Um, um, bro, gold is up 97% over a 5-year period. What return is that per year? That's 20% almost, or like 19 point what? Or like yeah, 19.2 maybe, or somewhere around there. Gold, SPY, and QQQ. Gold, SPY, QQ. Um, silver is not bad either. Um, I've been waiting on it to kind of come back to a level that I like it at. But I mean, if we look at silver over an elongated time period, I think the time to invest in it has kind of passed to get like a really high return on it. Because I don't know. I don't know much about silver. I don't. I don't. I can quickly find out. But I mean I don't really care about silver that much to learn about it, but I mean I will. But at this current time I don't know that much about silver. I know gold, I know like what gold is, what it does, why it moves up. Um, but silver, and I'm sure silver moves equivalent or has some type of positive correlation to gold. And I'm sure they kind of move together in a sense. But like I, I don't know. I think George Soros, he said that he bought quarters because I think they have like a 20% or 25% return on them or something like that. But I mean, how true is that if you can't who are you gonna sell quarters to? It's a liquidity issue. So that's why we don't do options contracts that don't have a lot of open interest because it's a liquidity issue, right? If you get in that contract and there's nobody for you to sell it to, right? But duty, Leo said hi, y'all. What's up, dude? You study your charts today? No, no, you slacking. You slacking. Leo think he a pit bull. But yeah, we see the market kind of flat. We only up 0.04% on Nasdaq, 0.17. Bro, you no way you that tired. But so this says de-dollarization drives gold price. I mean, makes sense because if the dollar is the reserve currency and the goal is to try to get off of it, um, I mean, you would either hold gold or Bitcoin until you find another currency to put your money with. But I mean, if I think okay, I need to put context behind some of the stuff I say. When I say the dollar is gonna get it's not gonna be the reserve currency. I'm talking like further in the future, not like something as of right now. So like how Ray Dalio he's saying, um, like the US will run out of money in 3 years, and he really means 10. but he's trying to tell them 3 years so they can hurry up and do what they have to do. I think maybe 10 to 20 years, 10 to 20 years or so, the dollar might be dethroned. Because I mean, yeah, okay, if all of the companies start buying Bitcoin, that's definitely gonna be like a major path to the United States dollar getting weak. Because Apple holds treasuries. Didn't know that, right? A lot of these companies, they hold treasuries. That's where you just park your money. If you don't really have nowhere to put it, you just give it to the government, um, and add liquidity to the economy. So, yeah, but we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. But uh, we shall see. My guy Keys, Amazon, they're gonna spend 4 billion on cloud infrastructure in Chile, 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 or child, Chile. But I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. That was more like 5, but close enough, right? But yeah, if we if all these companies start buying Bitcoin, and then they're just gonna ruin Bitcoin. They're not gonna do anything but ruin Bitcoin as an asset because you're going to make Bitcoin notes and you're gonna start having Bitcoin debt. So mm, 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 mm. And what's a good return? What is a good return? U.S. companies are buying back stock at record pace. So, bro, now George Pickens, Mike Tomlin, what are you doing? What are you doing? George Pickens to the Cowboys when you could have had Shador Pickens and DK. And you got what Calvin Austin in the slot. He slept on. What is going on? What is going on? And I'm not gonna lie, Wall Street bets is starting to piss me off. They keep making these posts about Palantir. I just don't like when people are uneducated. It said Palantir taking a hit about Palantir taking a hit after everyone finally realized no one knows what this company does. Nobody or just you. Sorry. Let's see. If you look at, let's check on hood, see what it's doing. Um, 2 hour. That's a 2 hour. Um, Candlesticks. I mean, we put it just flat. It's waiting for it. The catalyst of this move is going to be what the Fed says, what Jerome says. So, I don't know. I just ain't with that. You know what I mean? I just ain't with it. And this probably will, I mean, it really just depends what he says, but this probably will go on. But I'm just not, no, rule following. They meant to be broken, but gotta follow them. But let's look at BTC. BTC 97, 100K soon, 100K soon, 100K coming soon. And then if we use APX indicator, boy, and we got to get to, we got to get back to, what is this, 109? I mean, it might take us, I think Bitcoin, it might go to like 120 or 125, then pull back. But again, I have it going to $144,000. Let me see the exact cent. The exact cent. 144,000. It's crazy to see like all these Bitcoin wallets like coming back alive after years. That's crazy. Like people really just bought Bitcoin and then just like let it go. That's what you're supposed to do. But I have Bitcoin going to 144,000, $156.34 by the end of the year. Um, More so probably October. But Not saying that's the price that we will end, but I'm sure we will hit that price um during the year. We're gonna hit that price sometime during the year for sure. But 97. And usually if you just look at it over the past, well, I don't know, 2 years, every time we go above the 20 EMA, we push up for a considerable amount of time. So we shall see. But we definitely gonna touch this level. I think probably sometime when we in May. Um, I mean we might touch it this month if we keep doing good. What is that? That's I mean Bitcoin could do 12% in a day. So if we get a trade deal, oh, higher, higher, like Tim's, Tim's type of higher. That's what I'm talking about. But um, let's see. Mm, 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 mm. Little ETH, little ETH, ETH, man. RIP ETH. They gonna recover, but RIP, RIP for the time being. But Ethereum, I like ETH. How many times we gonna hear this? U.S. and Israel discuss possible U.S.-led administration for Gaza. Oh, they have Fed rate cut futures. What? But I will say, um, I do think we're gonna have a recession. The indicator that I always look for, and I will say it, when unemployment in Black women rises, it's a key indicator of a recession. High, very, very high probability. Um, and I was looking at the statistics or reading about the statistics, and that unemployment level is starting to tick up. So if we keep on this trajectory, and then what are the companies like the plumbing, electrical companies? We need to get in those. I think HVAC, plumbing, electricians, not engineers, not engineers, not architects, because you're gonna have AI doing a lot of project designing. I was talking to somebody, he in school for civil engineering. Um, I was like, okay, how much debt you got? He's only 12K. That's not bad at all. So he won like if you're looking at like the war between, okay, did you win the transaction or did you lose it? He definitely won. So um but he literally told me, he said 90% of what's gonna be done is gonna be of what they do is gonna be done by AI. So I'm like, okay, well, then how does that where does that put your value as a worker in that field if 90% of it is gonna be done by a computer? And he was saying, you're gonna have a lot more senior engineer positions because he did make a good point. He was saying like you still need it's something called a stamp of approval, right? So basically, as a civil engineer, he has to be like, okay, for a bridge, right? He has to stamp it and say this bridge is not gonna mess up for 100 years. Like he has that approval stamp. So he was saying he was like until you have like government regulation saying that the AI can do its own stamp of approval, you're still gonna need civil engineers. Very good point. Very, very good point. So I agree. But we were just like, and I think we did both agree saying like the job market is even for that, because that's 5 years in school. Once you start making what 70, I think 70 to 80 as a civil engineer, I think. But I just wonder, I just wonder, um, I just wonder where all this is gonna go. Sometimes I be hoping I'm wrong. I be hoping I'm wrong, but um, I know if I were a government and it's expected that by 2035, I think 50% of people are going to be entrepreneurs. 50, that's a lot. That's a lot. So that means the job market is going to substantially go down because you're not going to need, you don't need all these people on your team. If you can get the same, if 10 people can get the same amount of work done as 10,000, that's an issue, right? So I think you're going to see higher profit margins. I think you're going to see a lot of layoffs in the future, and they're already doing it now. Nobody's talking about it, but we can't act. FedEx said they cutting 20,000. UPS said they cutting 20,000 jobs. 20,000. 20,000. If somebody gave me $20,000, boy, I'm gonna turn that into 40 in 3 months. But that's a lot. Going to say that's a lot, right? Apple hire freeze, Microsoft. Then Satya, CEO of Microsoft, he said AI is already writing 30% of the. We just got here. We just like it just started getting good. We just got here. Like it just started getting good this year. I think I've been using it for almost 3 years now. So, and I think a lot of people, especially new generation, like my generation and under, I think a lot of people are just because here's has always been my thing, right? So no matter how much, this is why you should study, not just like what you're interested in, but you should study like, um, I'm not like big into philosophy yet. I'm gonna get into it, but you need to study like you need to at least think about what the world could be or what it should be if we all worked together. So I always had a thought, what if everybody just used their actual God-given gifts or their birth-given gifts? Um, and we all helped each other out just by using our gifts, right? So the more technological you get, people are learning, like kids are learning stuff faster, faster. So like my cousins, they're not learning how to read in, well, I mean, yeah, they're gonna learn how to read in school, but when they're texting their friends and they're doing talk to text on the iPhone and they see the word, so they're gonna learn how to read and write faster. They're gonna learn bigger words faster from doing talk to text. But I think we are now going into a period of time where a lot of people are you a lot of people have gifts, a lot of people have skill sets, and I think this is like a time where you have AI, so it doesn't like the cost of business doesn't cost it as much as it used to at all. Um, the $20, $200 subscription on ChatGPT can help you do a lot of work. So, um, but remember, I keep saying how if you oppress a certain group of people, you give them the tools that you give them the tools over a elongated period of time that's going to lead to them taking you up. So John D. Rockefeller, when he created the school system, when he owned the board of education, right? He said he wanted a nation full of workers, not a nation full of thinkers. Well, now you're finna have a nation full of thinkers and not workers. So where does that like where does that go? Where does that go? And I've been thinking if So technically, how life should be, or I think this is how it should be. If you can't do it, you should just go to somebody else who can. So if I'm not good at something, I should be able to go to somebody else who can. So I shouldn't necessarily have to go through it. I mean, yes, a company, but we're all good at something. So if I can go to a person, spend money with them, and then you're getting into the um you're getting into like, okay, that's technically that's taking revenue from bigger companies because we're spending it amongst each other instead of with the bigger companies because we're using each other like it should be. Um it's almost like back everything's has cycles. It's almost like hundreds of years ago when they used to do barter. I'll give you this shirt if you give me a piece of bread, right? Or I'll give you this if you give me that. Right? Um, so that's what the word is gonna go to. Again, just in a more technological aspect. But what do I know? What do I know? Scott percent. He says US seeks to expand leadership and oh my God. This has to be like tyranny. So they're trying to expand their leadership in the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. World Bank. It's called World Bank and International Monetary Fund for a reason. What do you need to expand your leadership there for? I don't, I don't know. What do I know? I don't know nothing. I just know about investing. Politics not my thing. I need a professional political person to speak. Because I'm just speaking on what I see and what I think. What I think would make sense or doesn't make sense. These are just my theories. But I think sometimes, the easy I think sometimes the easy answer is the right answer. But mm, I'm not a politician, so I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know like if you already have if you're the reserve, if you have the reserve currency, you're the strongest country in the world. I think expanding your leadership in the international monetary fund and World Bank, I think that would be more an act of tyranny and an act of like I don't know the other alternative to that. I don't know the other idea of that, like expanding your leadership is something that's like world ran to like sustain your power, I guess. Right? I don't I don't see another reason why you would do that besides that. Oh, and Scott was saying he said that they think that like stable coins and digital assets should be privatized. No, how you gonna keep us? You gonna keep us out of a whole sector to invest in digital assets? Come on, dog. Mm-mm. That's greedy. That's greedy. But I don't know. These are just my opinions and what I think from research that I've done. But I don't know. I'm not an expert. He said we expect to see more positive results over the next few months. Well, I mean, let me think. What has been positive? Let me think. Um, I don't know what has been positive. I can't think of nothing. I mean, I guess trade deals. I guess that is important. I guess I think I don't know. So far, to me, nothing really has been positive. Gouging the job in the White House, tariff turmoil, ruined our trade relationships with other countries. Um, so I don't know. J.P. Morgan said, "Gold is money. Everything else is credit." I mean, yeah, but I mean, you only hear these statements when gold is going up. You don't hear these statements when gold is going down. Bro, I just cannot believe George Pickens to the Cowboys. So the Cowgirls, the Cowgirls, the Cowgirls. Man, tell y'all now, football season. Look, Chiefs, we on a revenge tour. We better not lose a game. I'm talking 16-1. Because you know the last, or we can go 15-2. You know the last game, you just sit, you rest the starters, right? But revenge tour, please. That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. McDonald's U.S. sales dropped most since height of pandemic. So all the signs of recession are there, but we're not going into negative GDP. What is the definition of a recession? Because technically it's two negative quarters of GDP. Technically, that's what it was. But um, I don't know. That's not the term anymore because they're gonna be like, well, we still have high unemployment. I mean, we still have low unemployment and high job stability. Uh, mm, I have no. I don't know. Ah, oh man. So Scott said he urges World Bank to make nuclear energy a key effort. So he's telling you a sector that is going to go up in the future. And I think we should listen, not deviate. We should listen. We should listen. So if he's saying that they should make energy a nuclear effort, and if you watch uh the the World Economic Forum, um I don't know. I think it's the minister for China. I don't know like his title name. I don't want to, so I don't want to miss it, but I think it's the prime minister. He literally said they cannot afford to get the clean energy. They cannot afford to miss it this time. Hold on, Miss Waters. Miss Waters speaking. We gotta listen to what she's saying. Mm. Hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a she got a good point about me. What? What? This is like, no, I ain't gonna say that. This waters be grilling. She be grilling. She be grilling. But man, I'm about to get off stream. I appreciate you guys coming like always. Robinhood pushing up, so that's doing good. I just personally didn't want to trade it going into FOMC, but chart pattern is still a chart pattern. But take notes of the chart patterns so you can use them. You can trade them when the times come. But we're gonna see what Jerome Powell says today, kind of what outlook he gives to the market. I honestly don't think the market is too much going to care about what he has to say. I think the market is more focused on the deal that might get done, or us talking to China. So I think, as long as he doesn't give like a absolute bearish outlook, I think the market should generally push up. So that's kind of my theory. He is grilling. Don't put me in politics, because oh man, they just argue. They just argue all day. That's all they do. They argue all day, literally all day. I don't know. I don't got time for that. That's too stressful. Then you bring up a good point, and you still just don't. I mean, nothing changes. So it's like you're really arguing for no reason. Because I mean, they doing whatever they want to do, regardless of what Congress is saying. They doing whatever they want to do. But I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, 8:00 a.m. Central Time. And we got initial jobless claims that comes out tomorrow. So we will see. We will see what happens. But everybody have an amazing day. Let's finish out the week strong. I know it's Wednesday. Appreciate you, Queen Destiny. Have an amazing day. And thank you guys as always. I appreciate you guys so much. But let's finish out the week strong. Let's be amazing. Let's keep being the best version of ourselves.